Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. But what can you say about Tuesday?
Nothing, except it's going to start creeping up into the mid-50s, and then by tomorrow we might see a high near 70 again.
I did a very spring Wisconsin thing and walked to a bar yesterday. And then I walked home from the bar yesterday.
How far away from your house?
Not terribly. I don't know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that.
Brisk little walk.
It was very nice. Yeah, it was brisk. Wore a jacket, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do this kind of weather.
Mm-hmm.
Take a little brisk walk. We've got Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show joining us just after 8 a.m. We'll get his reaction to the Badger loss to High Point last week. I know it feels like a decade ago that occurred, but we haven't talked to him since last Tuesday, so we'll get his reaction.
On Thursday. Woo!
We'll see what his prediction is for the Brew Crew, who gets started on Thursday with their regular season, and we'll see what he thinks about the Bucks in the offseason. Obviously, they are not doing well, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs, and so we'll see what he thinks about the Bucks in the offseason. Also going to let you know what's new on New Release Tuesday. And we're going to run some clips from our interview with Mr. Skin of MrSkin.com. We talked to him yesterday about his 27th annual Anatomy Awards. You can hear our entire interview with Mr. Skin on our website, rockmornings.com, but some clips from that interview, going to play those this morning. A new workout trend that's fascinating the nation. People are fascinated by this new workout trend.
Is it walk to a bar? No, it's not.
No, but if you want to try and prancercise your way over there, you might have something on your hands. How much calories did you imbibe while you were there? Versus
more than
how
the
much?
walk,
okay.
I'm sure.
All right,
yeah.
Mom. Yeah, that's. And all sorts of other stuff. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find, of course, all of our contact info online at rockmornings.com. You can download the apps and get in touch with us that way as well. I did not walk to a bar yesterday. I did go for a walk with the dog.
Yeah.
But I did not walk to a bar. So
it was my friend's birthday, so we had a happy hour.
A little cocktail, a little happy hour.
Yep.
All right. Lots to get to, including some Foo Fighters. Don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
That's what makes the Anatomy Awards now for me so fun, is when I do the top 10 nude scenes of the year, that's just American movies and television shows, some foreign stuff, but mostly American TV and movies, and it's stuff you have maybe had a chance to see or know about. But with the Anatomy Awards, we really look at the wild and crazy nudity from all over the world, and it's a way for me to curate this stuff into an awards and absolutely blow people's minds. Like, I can't believe this was in a movie.
That is part of our interview with Mr. Skin of MrSkin.com. We spoke to him yesterday on the phone, and you can check out the entire interview on our website. Go to rockmornings.com. 27th annual Anatomy Awards. And you think about the internet back in 1999 when he started doing this and how different it was, and they actually had to watch VHS tapes and pause and write it down and all that stuff just to get the timing right. But he's a veritable encyclopedia of nudity and film and TV, and obviously expanding into the world, not just the United States, but the Anatomy Awards, all sorts of different categories, like 42, I think he said, 42 different categories available on his website, MrSkin.com. But our interview with him from yesterday on the website, rockmornings.com, if you want to give it a listen. The crash, boy, oh boy, yesterday between the Jets and the fire truck at LaGuardia
You listened to the audio of
Yeah,
air
so
traffic
not only that,
controller?
but the video. Did you see the video where it came down?
yeah.
I mean, it was shot from, I believe, inside of the airport.
So what I didn't really...
And it hits, and it just, I mean, and they were telling the fire truck to stop.
Yes.
Truck 1 and Company with LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195, just stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Go 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. 646, I see you collide with a vehicle here, just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicles are responding to you now.
Is the runway closed?
Yeah, it was closed, and the pilots died. One of the flight attendants, apparently the ejector seat went off, and she went flying out of the airplane. And
Is going to make it.
A bunch of people going to the hospital, and obviously they're still investigating that crash. But as you heard from the audio there, the fire truck asked for permission to cross the runway. They said yes, and then they quickly said no, stop, and apparently no response. You didn't see the guy attempt to stop at all. I mean, he hit him smack dab in the middle of the truck.
I didn't realize until I was listening to some of this yesterday afternoon that the fire truck was on its way to another plane who had called in an emergency because there was some sort of smell or something that was making like the flight attendants and people sick on the plane, and they requested an emergency, help with a vehicle to figure out what was going on and get people safe there. So that's where the fire truck was headed.
Yeah, and they say basically like that once the flight is cleared to land, which happens way before it gets that close to the ground, then it owns that runway. Like, you can't be sending anybody across that runway. So obviously somebody messed up real bad and is going to lose their job and maybe get investigated and criminally charged.
And I don't know if this part is true, but I also heard yesterday afternoon that because the plane was on the ground, right, and it was taxiing in, kind of, it had landed. I think they thought it was going like only 24 miles an hour, but
the plane,
yeah. But
wow.
It's big and large and heavy and moving at that speed and then hitting a...
Yeah, it's going to do a ton of damage and likely kill people, and that's exactly what happened. But they'll continue to investigate that. Obviously, airports right now, kind of a disaster. We've got a coworker who went down to Florida and struggled to get out of the airport and get to Florida and is apparently struggling to get back. Now, immigration officers have been deployed to 14 airports across the U.S. as part of an effort by the Trump administration to help alleviate long lines and severe delays caused by understaffing from the TSA. The TSA has been short-staffed over the last couple of weeks as thousands of security officers with the TSA who have been working without pay since the Department of Homeland Security's funding lapsed 5 weeks ago. They've been calling out of work in increasing numbers because why the hell would you go to work if you're not getting paid and you got bills to piling up on your
they're
table.
doing DoorDash to figure out how.
President Trump announced this past weekend on Saturday he would reassign agents from ICE to support the TSA, and by Monday afternoon, unclear of how much of an impact the ICE presence was having. But seeing videos on social media, them getting chased around by people with cameras and phones, and because they're apparently not wearing their masks, so now the people are trying to get their information and put them on social media and try to track these people down and then maybe potentially assault them. I have no idea. But
O'Hare, Cleveland, it looks like Atlanta, Houston, JFK, and New York, LaGuardia, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Phoenix, Pittsburgh, South Florida, Houston, just some of the airports that they will be arriving at, I believe, today.
Yeah. I did see some of them in airports yesterday as they started to make their way in, but as Kyle texted in just a moment ago, reason 243 not to fly. Yeah, I've got no desire to get on a plane or be in an airport right now. Certainly not. Not until things get figured out. But Bill Cosby found liable yesterday, drugging and sexually assaulting a former waitress named Donna Motzinger from more than 50 years ago. Former Cosby show star was ordered to pay $59.25 million in damages, $17.5 million for her past mental trauma, and an additional $1.75 million for mental suffering that she may experience in the future. She'll receive $40 million in punitive damages, apparently drugged and raped her back in the 70s.
Yeah.
His lawyer confirmed in an email that they were disappointed by the verdict, but fully intend to appeal the decision. She accused Cosby, who's now 88 years old, of drugging and raping her back in 1972 while she was working at a restaurant called the Trident in California. Also filed a complaint against Cosby's production company, as well as the Circle Star Theater, for failing to ensure the safety of its guests at the hands of its performers. So apparently she was working there. He performed. He drugged and raped her. Pretty much his MO, and now found liable.
Monetarily liable, right?
Yeah, like not a criminal case. Yep. It's a civil case, so money on the books and whatnot. If you're planning on going on a cruise, good luck. Royal Caribbean canceling over 20 cruises on their Freedom of the Seas ship in the summer of 2027 due to itinerary planning changes. Now, this doesn't mean that they've shut down all of their cruises or all of their ships, but the Freedom of the Seas ship, apparently 20 or more of their cruises have already been canceled. That passengers who have been impacted by the cancels can rebook on a different Royal Caribbean ship or receive a full refund. Carnival Cruise Line also canceled 11 of their fall 2026 cruises, offering similar rebooking or refunding options for some of their guests. But yeah, it sounds like they're having some troubles. I don't know if it's staffing. I don't know if it's like weather. I don't know if it's like the war with Iran or what's going on, but yeah, apparently the cruise
adjusting
ships.
Some of their schedule for the summer anyway.
Yeah, and the guy who just beat up the space alien machine in War Machine beat up his neighbor. Did you see the video of Alan Ritchson from Reacher? You know, the guy from Reacher that was in War Machine, big dude, twice the size of everybody else. Yeah, so he's apparently riding around his neighborhood on his crotch rocket with his kids, and one of his neighbors is apparently not a fan of that. And let's be honest, those are annoying when you're in your neighborhood. Me. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of car or motorcycle you're driving. I mean, even if you got a really loud Harley with pipes, it's annoying in a quiet neighborhood. But apparently he was zooming around with his motorcycle, and then the next day was zooming around with his kids on their motorcycles, and one of these uppity neighbors that he lives around had some words to say to him, and this guy who again Alan Ritchson is a big dude, he beat this dude all about his face and body.
In the face! Yeah. In the face!
Yeah, there's some video that was shot through a screen door of one of the other neighbors in the neighborhood, but Reacher star Alan Ritchson in a fight in his Nashville neighborhood on Sunday. Part of it caught on video. Ritchson and his two sons riding motorcycles through the neighborhood ended up brawling with a neighbor named Ronnie Taylor. This is Ronnie's side of the story.
It started on Saturday morning and I'm an experienced motorcycle rider. I've been riding bikes all my life. So, from dirt bikes to street bikes and etc. But I'd heard this incestuous revving and speeding through our neighborhood of the motorcycle. I eventually saw the guy on Saturday. I didn't know who it was. And I sort of flippantly said, "Guy, he was quite away." And I said, "Can you just slow it down, please?" And then there are numerous people in my neighborhood who caught all of this on Ring doorbells of him speeding through the neighborhood. And on Sunday, when I was cleaning my bike outside my house, he rode past once, twice, and on the second time, I walked out in front of him and I said, "You've got to stop. Someone's going to get hurt." And it escalated quite quickly from there. I did push him because he was coming towards me on his bike. He did it again for a second time. I pushed him a second time. And I think the second time he got off his bike and it kicked the crap out of me. And you can see he hit me in the back of my head. I went to the ground and covered myself.
So you pushed the guy.
Yeah, right.
That's twice your size. And then you're going to claim that you're the victim? I don't know, dude. You put your hands on him first. I get it, dude. You don't like it. You want to flip him off. You want to tell him not to ride his bike around the neighborhood. As soon as you put your hands on the guy in front of his kids, I don't know. All bets are off, bro. Got your ass handed to you. That's a neighbor.
So is he charged or anything?
No, they haven't done anything yet. But Alan Ritchson said that Taylor started it by pushing him off his bike twice. And Taylor, the guy you just heard there, tells a different story. Says it began the day before when Ritchson was going through the neighborhood at unsafe speeds, revving his engine. Says he flipped him off, got a middle finger in return. Then on Sunday, Ritchson came back with his kids. Taylor went outside, told him to stop, and that's when the chaos went down. Taylor ended up with some bruises and scrapes, which you can see in the video of him, crying foul, claiming that he's the victim. Nothing needed treatment. He did call the cops. No charges have been made. Nobody's been arrested. But look, dude, don't put your hands on a guy that's swole like Alan Ritchson. You're going to get what's coming to you.
Yeah, and then
I get it, dude. I don't like it any more than anybody else does. People revving their engines up and down my street. I got a quiet neighborhood. I don't like it. But I'm not going to go out there and tell somebody not to do it.
Well, and maybe even saying something like, "Hey, it's unsafe," but the pushing and the, touching him and
If it's that unsafe and you have that big of an issue, call the cops.
Yep.
That's their job. That's what they get paid for. That's their job.
Yes.
They'll come to the neighborhood. They'll deal with it.
They'll decide, is this unsafe for other kids that are in the neighborhood playing or riding their bike or whatever, right? It looks like it's a cul-de-sac neighborhood.
Go to your council member,
I mean?
Try to talk to them about putting up signs or speed bumps or whatever.
Like
Get involved with that stuff.
Exactly what you'd think.
But if you go out there and you start physically getting into it with a guy the size of Alan Richardson, then you got what's coming to you. Come get these hands. I'm not going to go out there and tell Alan Richardson what not to do. Nope. Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to sports in a bit. Also some Nirvana. We'll do that after Foo Fighters.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Boilermakers, Blue Devils, Cyclones, Reds, Crimson Tide, Spartans, Cougars, Longhorns, Fighting Illini, Wolverines, Volunteers, Razorbacks, Huskies, Huskers, Hawkeyes, and Wildcats. Your picks are the worst I've ever seen. Your bracket looks redacted like an email from Epstein. The Sweet 16.
It kicks off on Thursday with number 11 Texas taking on number 2 Purdue at 6:10 p.m. on CBS. 4 games on Thursday, 4 on Friday. Then, of course, on Saturday and Sunday, we'll get to the Elite 8. But the Sweet 16 kicking off this Thursday. The Women's Sweet 16 will kick off on Friday with number 6 Notre Dame taking on number 2 Vanderbilt. That game starts at 1:30 in the afternoon on ESPN. Similar to the men's tournament, you get 4 games on Friday and then 4 more on Saturday. The men's NIT tournament quarterfinals start tonight. Wichita State versus Tulsa at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. And then you got St. Joseph's and New Mexico at 8 p.m. on ESPN2.
I don't think there's any perfect brackets left for the men. I don't think going into the Sweet 16 for the women, there's 1 left as of last night, by the way.
Boy, UConn kicked the crap out of that other team.
So there was 235 that were at the beginning of the day, then Virginia beating Iowa in overtime, and then Notre Dame.
I think it was double overtime.
Yeah.
That was a wild game, man. It was crazy. It seemed like Iowa couldn't make a basket in the last 2 minutes of the second overtime. I was watching that before it went to the Connecticut game, and it was crazy to watch.
Yeah, well, that's the only one left, I believe, the perfect bracket for the women.
The NCAA tournament, by the way, off to its best start since CBS and TNT began showing all of the games back in 2011. So it's been 15 years. Tournament averaging 9.8 million viewers for the first 3 days, according to Nielsen, which was a 5% increase from last year. Thursday's opening round games after the first 4. Across the family of networks, which would be CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV, averaged 9.8 million viewers, a 6% increase over last year. So, yeah, a lot of people watching.
Very popular.
More and more states legalizing gambling and sports books here and sports books there. And here a sports book, there a sports book, everywhere a sports book. The Bucks lost to the Clippers last night, 129-96. They just keep getting throttled. Bucks are off tonight. They'll be at Portland tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Brew Crew have one more exhibition game against the Reds today at 4:10. Then their home opener, of course, is on Thursday at 1:10 versus the White Sox. Lots of bars and restaurants hosting opening day viewing parties.
I'm sure.
And the NCAA Men's Frozen Four.
Yeah.
Get started on Thursday afternoon as well.
As they say in hockey, let's do that hockey.
Yeah. Michigan State taking on UConn. That starts at 12:30 on ESPN2 on Thursday. Then you got Dartmouth and Wisconsin at 4 o'clock on ESPNU. Providence versus Quinnipiac at 4 p.m. on ESPN+. And then finally on Thursday, North Dakota versus Merrimack at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN2 for the men's Frozen Four. Women getting the title already. Badger women beating Ohio State on Sunday. Maybe the men can do the same thing in the men's Frozen Four tournament. We'll see. We'll talk more about Wisconsin sports with Grant Bilse when we get to him just after 8 o'clock. Also, some more audio from our interview with Mr. Skin. Let you know what's new on New Release Tuesday. And if you want to be a part of the show, visit rockmornings.com for all of our contact info.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
This shows you the difference between a French actress and an American actress. An American actress would never do this, but Nomi Merlant in The Balconettes, which is a French horror comedy, she's not like a D-level actress. She's not an A-level, but she's up there. And in the scene, you described it perfectly. She's at the doctor's office, legs in the stirrup, red dress hiked up, 37 seconds this goes on, and it's just like, you got to be kidding me. And when we saw that, we knew that was an Anatomy Award, and just something you're not going to see from an American actress in an American movie. It just isn't going to happen. 27th Annual Anatomy Awards online at MrSkin.com. Our conversation with him from yesterday.
He's always interesting.
A couple of clips. You can check out the entire interview on our website. Go to rockmornings.com. But the 27th Annual Anatomy Awards, obviously a spoof, if you will, on the Academy Awards, which were, 2 weekends ago?
Mm-hmm. It's free content on his website, too, isn't it? You can go check it out for
Some
free.
of it is, yeah. I mean, he's obviously got,
Some's behind the paywall, of course, but I believe some of that is available for people to check out.
Yeah. You can check out the Anatomy Awards on his website and check out our interview with Mr. Skin on our website, rockmornings.com. Coast to Coast Tuesday on NBC tonight with the Cleveland Cavaliers hosting the Orlando Magic. That is at 7 o'clock, and then the next game tips off at 10 p.m., and that'll be the Phoenix Suns hosting the Denver Nuggets. NBA Coast to Coast Tuesday. 2 games every Tuesday on NBC. Obviously, the tournament's taking a break for a couple of days. We'll return to the CBS family of stations on Thursday and Friday. Hannah Montana 20th anniversary
big
special.
News, big
Disney
deal.
Plus today.
Good to be home. Yep.
We have so many shared memories. We actually grew up together.
I hear heels and they're not mine. What Disney boy did you have the biggest crush on at the time?
Get the tea kettle. This is where it's going to get emotional. I've loved being Hannah. I love being Miley Cyrus. You really taught me how to be who I am. Love you so much. Love you.
Best of both worlds.
I loved being Hannah then. I'm so living for it now.
Confirm.
Thank you so much for being here and celebrating this with us.
Hannah Montana's 20th anniversary special on Disney Plus.
Apparently shot in front of a live audience, as a matter of fact, which, doesn't happen very often.
So
usually.
it looks like performances, interviews, special guests.
Special footage, never before seen stuff, some sets brought back to life, I guess, their living room. And
Gotcha.
All sorts of specials to make this the anniversary in front of a live audience.
Also on Disney Plus today, the second season premiere of Daredevil Born Again.
Fisk thinks he owns Hell's Kitchen, but I know his plans. I will stop him.
This city has bled long enough. Under my rule, there will be order, and the age of vigilantes will end.
You can't take him down alone, Red.
We need an army.
Matt, he's not just a crime lord anymore. He's the mayor. He has the law on his side.
You have to trust me. If we're going to take Fisk down, we need to fight together. Those who still hide in the shadows, they're this city's last chance.
I will cleanse this city. The so-called devil of Hell's Kitchen will burn.
Let's do this.
You are nothing without your mask, Matthew. They call themselves saviors. They are our danger.
This city is ours to save. So we fight every street, every shadow.
Hell yeah, Daredevil.
Wow.
Born Again, lots of action, teaming up with everybody and kicking ass and taking names. Season 2 premiere of Daredevil Born Again today on Disney Plus. Over on Netflix, a new stand-up special from Jeff Ross called Take a Banana for the Ride.
We're on Broadway, baby! I have thick skin. I was born with 2 minor birth defects, which was pretty good for New Jersey back then. If you're going through something intense in your life right now, you're in the right place.
When I was 11, I lost my hands in an explosion, and I'm here watching you.
I'd ask for a fist bump, but I don't want to be insensitive.
Jeff Ross, new stand-up special from him called Take a Banana for the Ride today on Netflix. Also tonight on television, new episodes of Will Trent, Best Medicine, NCIS, High Potential Doc, NCIS Origins, RJ Decker, and NCIS Sydney. Late night shows are mostly all new. Jimmy Fallon is talking to Cardi B and Alex Earl. Elizabeth Banks and Jimmy O. Yang are going to be on with Kimmel, and Seth Meyers has got Jim Parsons and Chris Fleming as his guests this evening. New release Tuesday. The only thing coming out is a movie that was in theaters like 2-3 years ago, but it's finally showing up on DVD. Not quite sure what took so long, but remember Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yes.
Rated R?
Yes.
You've got Leonardo DiCaprio,
Yes,
Robert De Niro, Lily Gladstone, Jesse Plemons, John Lithgow, Brendan Fraser. Oil discovered in Oklahoma on a Indian property, right?
Yes. Yes.
And apparently the
land, and they take it.
The people start getting killed, and then the FBI comes to town and investigates. And so, Killers of the Flower Moon.
It was real good. Yep.
If you were waiting for that to be on DVD, today is your lucky day, because for whatever reason, it took a couple of extra years before they could get it on DVD. Jason Biggs, of course, who was in American Pie, had sex with the pie, glued his hand to his penis.
Is this a secret?
Got married. Well, he was just on a podcast recently and talked about how originally the first American Pie had an NC-17 rating, and the changes they had to make to the movie to make it a rated R, because obviously if you put an NC-17 movie in theaters, a lot less people are going to get eyes on it.
We got multiple NC-17s. And the way we got it down finally to an R rating was the number of thrusts into the pie. That was the big fight. It wasn't over F words. You know, there's a standard. It's like you're allowed however many.
3 or whatever,
It was the number of thrusts into the pie. And so it was started here, and it ultimately came down to, because I guess 2 thrusts is an R, but 3 thrusts is an NC-17.
So amazing.
So this was yesterday's episode of Pod Meets World, hosted by Ryder Strong, asking Jason Biggs about the American Pie series and about what they had to do to get it from NC-17 to rated R. And it was
Less
about the
thrusts in the pie.
The number of thrusts into the pie apparently is what it does. What it takes.
3 thrusts is fine, but 5, get out of here. The kids can't handle that. That's too many thrusts.
Too many thrusts. Too many thrusts can get you an N17 rating.
Hey, wait a second. Are you that guy that the pie? You see, man? You see? It's never, hey, you were a loser, weren't you? Or, dude, you rocked in Boys and Girls. No, it always comes back to that pie.
Yes, it does. Warm apple pie. I got to be honest, like this is obviously many, many years ago. And I'm sure people do all the time.
Never occurred to you to use a baked good?
Nothing. Honestly, nothing. Other than, good old righty. You know what I mean? Nothing ever occurred. I never thought once
pie,
as a kid, you know what I'm going to do? Obviously, as a joke, you hear, I'm going to put my,
Right, sure.
In the mashed potatoes.
Loaf of bread.
Yeah, but I never looked at a loaf of bread or anything and said, you know what? That looks like something I should probably have sex with.
These cheesy potatoes.
I know.
My guys went to see Project Hail Mary this past weekend. Both of them thought it was real good.
That's it's getting really good reviews. It obviously was top of the box office, and all right.
Yeah, they liked it. Almost 3 hours, I think. Though movies are long, but they enjoyed it a lot.
We've got Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show coming up just after 8 a.m. We've got some bad news, happy music to get to later on, and all sorts of other stuff as well. RockMornings.com to get in touch with us. It's Savior.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at RockMornings.com.
Halle Berry won our Lifetime Skin Achievement Award, which we give to an actress every year who has had a great career as an actress, but also has done amazing nudity. And Halle Berry did. It's the 25th anniversary of just this great year she had in 2001, where she did that swordfish nude scene. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
scene?
Hugh Jackman, John Travolta.
Monsters Ball with Billy Bob Thornton, the great sex scene in Monsters Ball, both in the same year. So for the 25th anniversary, we felt a great time to honor Halle Berry for not only a great acting career, but an incredible nudity career by having that 1 year where she did those 2 amazing nude scenes.
Still got her fastball, too, that Halle Berry. Lifetime Skin Achievement Award as part of Mr. Skin's 27th Annual Anatomy Awards. You can find his entire list, all 42 categories, with some real weird stuff, by the way.
There's some weird stuff.
Some very interesting stuff.
The bearded lady got me, I think.
The clown thing got me immediately. I just scroll, and I'm not afraid of clowns or anything, but I just was like, well, that is not something I would ever want to watch. But yeah, there's several interesting categories in the Anatomy Awards this year, and you can check it out on his website, MrSkin.com, and you can head to rockmornings.com if you want to listen to our entire interview with Mr. Skin from yesterday. Got him on the phone to talk about his 27th annual Anatomy Awards. Crazy. Right there online at rockmornings.com if you want to check it out, by the way. Always a pleasure talking to him.
Hey, he's great. He's a really interesting guy.
And again, knowing just, you can shoot him an actress in a movie, and he knows off the top of his head.
6 minutes and 32 seconds.
Almost like a savant, you know what I mean? Like a kid that's, got that photographic memory. What time of the movie it happened and what the scene. I mean, he can just rattle it off. He doesn't have to go looking it up or Google it or any of that stuff.
And he's watching oodles of stuff, right?
Well, now he's expanded. He's going worldwide. I mean, one of the categories was, from a French horror comedy. It's like, who's watching that? Mr. Skin is. It's happened again. Another delivery driver saving someone's life. This time around, it wasn't just a Uber or DoorDash person. It was a Meals on Wheels person.
Yeah.
And if you ever have done a Meals on Wheels type delivery service, a lot of these people are older. A lot of them have medical issues and challenges, don't leave the house very often. Sometimes you could be the only person they see for days at a time.
Yeah, we are doing Meals on Wheels this week here in our community, and it's one of the things when you go out on your route that they're like, hey, if you see anything, you are the person that, like you said, Brian, maybe the only human interaction that they have. So if they're not answering or something's going on, you need to do something.
19-year-old kid doing Meals on Wheels.
Good for him.
Turning into a hero the other day when he arrived to a house just as an elderly woman was having a diabetic episode. She was unable to move, used her doorbell camera to call out for help. He called 911 right away, stayed with her until the paramedics got there, and first responders say the timing of this guy's delivery and the phone call saved her life.
Meals on Wheels.
Help me! Help me!
While she was giving me the code and saying that she was going to die and just to please call 911, I was nodding and shaking my head, just trying to get her to try and calm down as if I could at all. It was a very scary situation.
I was petrified because I've never been that bad before.
So I'm just glad that I was here at that time that it did and that the paramedics were as close as they were. Any impact that you're able to make is just amazing. I find it so rewarding.
This is in the Fort Worth, Texas area.
Wow.
And the kid's name is Alexander Dzivak, D-Z-I-V-A-K.
And she's screaming, help me, help me.
Making his usual rounds when something unexpected happens. Inside the home, the elderly woman known only as Ms. Lana, in serious trouble, suffering from a diabetic episode, had collapsed in her kitchen, couldn't move. Phone was right beside her when the doorbell camera alerted her that he had arrived with her Meals on Wheels. It gave her a chance to call out for help, and she did so. And then this kid knew right away something was not right, so he called 911. They showed up. Saved the day.
Yeah. Timing and being at the right place at the right time, everything in that situation.
First responders showing up on scene less than 5 minutes later. She said, if he hadn't come, I would have died. It was that far along. He came to the door at the right moment. It's just
surprised she could even respond like that. You know what I mean? That she hadn't already lost consciousness or. That's why those life alerts. My mom wore one of those.
Well, it's right there all the time. It's within your grasp.
Because if you can't get to the phone,
or if you're on the floor in the tub,
a bracelet or a necklace.
Just weeks after he turned 19, Alexander, one of the youngest volunteers serving the Meals on Wheels in this Fort Worth community, handling 2 delivery routes each week. This week, though, saved the day.
Love that.
Alexander doing the damn thing. Have you got you're going to love this. If you love that, you're going to love this. Have you got a clean Google?
I do love that.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
1040 Park Hills Road. That's 2 words. Park Hills Road, Berkeley, California. Look for its Zillow listing. And then go ahead and tell me what you see. 4 beds, 3 baths.
Yeah, I see a price tag.
2,200 square feet. What do you see in the pictures?
I guess I had a dog. Is that a dog?
What do you see in all the pictures?
The dog.
Go ahead and scroll through those pictures for me, Gene.
Does the house come with a dog?
No, it does not. These people selling their home on Zillow, 1040 Park Hills Road in Berkeley, California, for $1.3 million, by the way.
I saw that price tag.
Decided that one of the best ways to promote their home and showcase
He's in the bathtub.
Was to have their dog, their beautiful little guy, seated so wonderfully in every single one of the photos. There he is at the end of the driveway, soaking up some sun. There he is right in the doorway.
Love the sun.
Welcoming you home on the green chair in the living room area there. Sitting so pretty. Then he's being a little naughty. He's got his hands up. He's got his paws on the back of the chair, showcasing his ability to stretch out. Then you can see him sitting on the floor in the dining area, just waiting for treats from the kitchen. Then he's on one of the chairs in the dining room there at the table, looking so good. He's so proper. Then he's sitting on one of the chairs in the breakfast nook. Lots of windows there. Beautiful light coming in through those windows. On the floor in the kitchen in front of the stove. It's got a very retro-looking kitchen, by the way.
Tiny.
Yeah, it's going to need an update. For $1.3 million, you should get a better kitchen. Then he's actually got his paws up on one of the shelves. That's probably a naughty boy move, but they allowed it for the pictures. Again, 1040 Park Hills Road, Berkeley, California, if you want to get a good look at this guy, this good boy. Then he's on the bed. Then he's on the chair in the bedroom. Back on the bed.
Do I have to get on the other bed?
Sitting on the toilet. Sitting on another bed. He's in the tub at one point. At the top of the stairs. Oh, yeah.
Well, what sets you apart, right?
I love it. I saw it yesterday, and I giggled, and I scrolled through all the photos. I got no desire to buy the house. I don't have the kind of fundage that's required. But I tell you what, if I was looking to buy a house and there was a good boy showing me all the rooms, I'd be all about it. I'd be all about it. 1040 Park Hills Road, Berkeley, California. Check out the Zillow listing. Get a good smile. A new workout trend is taking the world by storm, and we'll discuss that next on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Hi, ladies. I'm the weird guy at the 10 a.m. yoga class when most guys are at work. I like yoga, but I also like drinking beer, and that's why I drink this yoga beer. It's perfect. I can drink it while I'm doing the doggy down or whatever it's called. And when I'm done, I just set my can over here while I check out the other cans. Yoga beer. It's new.
Yoga beer. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think that was like my cocktail walking last night. I walked to the bar, and is that kind of like that?
No.
Okay.
We have heard of all sorts of different yoga over the years. Yoga with goats, yoga with puppies. We had clothing optional yoga a couple of months ago.
Yoga is at its core about liberation. I'm trying to get people into a space of acknowledging what they might be holding in their bodies, everything from trauma to joy.
It helps calm and soothe my Tourette's. I've always been really curious about doing a clothing optional class because it makes us really self-conscious, and I am pretty self-conscious. I'm a little fluffier, than I want to be, just like most people.
We've had some folks that have started off in sports bras and shorts, and they slowly moved to like a topless space and then just kind of completely just all out and in the open.
No. Clothing optional.
It's bad naked.
Yeah, all bad. Is it in the dark?
That's bad.
In separate rooms? Yeah, very bad. We've also heard more recently, we heard about snake yoga. This was just a week or two ago where the people are working out with pythons and boa constrictors and who knows what else.
I'm a reptile girl, so we're here for the snakes. I've never hung out with a snake, and I'm super excited to hold one or touch one.
Inhale, come up, mountain arms, wave your arms in the air, say, hey, Gemma.
Gemma is one of my favorite snakes in snake yoga. It's just a different vibe. This is like super relaxing and calming, and especially the big snakes on you.
Tarantula yoga, is that next? Probably somewhere someone's doing it.
Well, reptile lovers have at it.
This is a new form of yoga that's making a very big splash right now in the big cities like New York. It's called sword yoga, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Yoga with sword. So when you're doing one of these...
Yeah, you have a cool knife. What?
Go ahead and take it back. Go ahead and take your stupid phrase back.
Cool knife?
It's not a cool knife. It's a sword.
Okay, whatever. So
they're totally different things. That's like saying a breast and a vagina are the same thing. You got a cool breast. Actually, no, it's a cool vagina.
Hey, man, look at my
cool
knife.
Knife and sword, two totally different things. Take it back.
So it's just that they're holding something neat and it looks cool? Is that the deal?
Well, and it helps with the strength, because think of the weight of the sword up here if you're doing one of these, and you got to hold it so that you're not stabbing or slicing anybody with it. But yeah, it's sword yoga.
When we have the sword extended in front of us, creating that long line, instead of having the edge of your sword facing up to the ceiling, let your palm open up towards the ceiling. This way, it creates a really clean, straight line where you can always focus at the tip of your sword.
The tip, Gene.
I saw that.
The tip. The very important tip. Sword yoga. Working out and mixing yoga, Tai Chi, and Kung Fu style movements, flowing through the poses, but while holding a sword. Not a cool knife, a sword. Two totally different things. One lady said it's a tool of self-expression and freedom. When I hold the sword, I feel like a force of femininity, beauty, and strength. Ugh. All right, dork. They say classes can burn up to 500 calories and build strength and confidence. And it looks pretty badass.
Well, that's what I was saying. Probably visually, it's
if you've got
stunning.
a sword, yeah. This is obviously a big trend in New York and bigger cities, but could make its way.
There can be only one.
Yeah, into the smaller communities, like where we live. Sword yoga.
Drink some carbs when you're done with that. Some extreme carbs.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Somebody says you're nuts, and that I should show you a picture of
I know the difference. Saying it was a cool knife, that's all. I'm well aware the difference between the two.
It's not a knife, it's a sword.
I know.
That's why it has its own name. Sword, knife, machete. All different things.
They're longer, Brian.
All different things.
It's a longer knife.
All different things. Corbin says, can we combine beer and sword yoga together? You can do whatever you want.
Ooh.
You can do whatever you want. It's Trump's world and we're living in it. You can do whatever you want. I love saying that to people. They get so pissed.
I don't know if the
some girl gave me
knives and beers.
Some girl gave me a look at
exercise.
at the run on St. Patty's Day. She was just not happy with that phrase. It was a joke. Move on with your life. You're too concerned. But yeah, you can combine sword yoga and some beers afterwards. Why not?
During, I think he's thinking during.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe save the beer for after. A little celebratory beer. Kind of like what Jean did with her walk.
Mm-hmm.
It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Jean. We've got more sports coming up in just a bit. Grant Bilse is going to join us. A new festival making its debut in the state of Wisconsin this year.
Oh, I saw this.
Shush.
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 Shush, shush.
I may have to pivot. I may have to pivot and not go to Rockfest this year.
Lie.
There's not enough weekends in the summer because it's the same goddamn weekend. That's why.
Saw all this stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
They stole my idea. I mean, I literally came up with this idea 10, 12 years ago.
So did they.
No, they didn't. It doesn't take 12 years to implement that. Feel I've been robbed.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Boilermakers, Blue Devils, Cyclones, Reds, Crimson Tide, Spartans, Cougars, Longhorns, Fighting Illini, Wolverines, Volunteers, Razorbacks, Huskies, Huskers, Hawkeyes, and Wildcats. Your picks are the worst I've ever seen. Your bracket looks redacted like an email from Epstein. The Sweet 16.
They kicks off on Thursday. We've got the men's Sweet 16. We've got the women's Sweet 16 set up now that they finished the first round yesterday. UConn throttling their opponents, almost doubling them up. They're a force to be reckoned with, man. Their 32nd Sweet 16 appearance in a row. It's unbelievable how dominant UConn women's basketball is. But yeah, March Madness in full effect. The NIT tournaments kicking off tonight. Wichita State taking on Tulsa at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. The Sweet 16 for the men kicks off on Thursday. You got 4 games Thursday, 4 games on Friday. And the women's Sweet 16 will kick off on Friday with a couple of games and then 4 more on Saturday. Of course, then we've got a weekend full of basketball action.
Sure do.
People be watching it, too. As I told you earlier, the viewership rates are up, according to Nielsen. NCAA Men's Frozen 4 also starts on Thursday afternoon. Don't forget, you've got Michigan State versus UConn at 12:30 on ESPN2 on Thursday in the Frozen 4. And then after that, Dartmouth and Wisconsin, 4 o'clock on ESPNU in the Men's Frozen 4. Jackson Smith and Jigba, JSN for short, the reigning NFL Offensive Player of the Year, reaching an agreement with the Seahawks on a 4-year, $168.6 million contract extension that makes him the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. Averages $42.15 million per year, includes over $120 million guaranteed. Both of those numbers setting records for wide receivers. New agreements, 2-time Pro Bowler, contractually tied to the Seahawks through the 2031 season. He wasn't the only one getting a contract extension either. Your boy, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor Swift. Soon to be,
How
right?
How long, though? I thought he was near
3 years, dude. They gave him 3 years.
Really? I thought he was deciding whether he was even going to play anymore.
Yeah, well, no, he confirmed it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was on his podcast there with his brother. Signing a new deal that'll see him through the 2028 season with the Kansas City Chiefs. Contract has a maximum worth of $57.7 million over the 3 years, $12 million guaranteed for this upcoming season. He, by the way, is 36 years old. And look, he has moments where he produces and he's good, but he's also a 36-year-old tight end in a league that's somewhat unforgiving.
Yes.
Yeah. But Travis Kelce also signing a new deal along with JSN. The head coach of Creighton, Greg McDermott, retiring after this season is over. Won 365 games in 16 years at Creighton. Also a career record of 514 and 319 over 25 Division I seasons. He coached at Northern Iowa, Iowa State, and at Creighton, and he's retiring. He's wrapping it up after this season. And the NBA has rescinded Luka Doncic and his 16th technical foul. So he got this technical foul the other night, and because of that, he was supposed to get suspended for a game, which was last night's game, but he was able to play against the Pistons because they rescinded the tech. You have a maximum amount, and if you reach that amount, then they start taking away games. He and the center for the Orlando Magic, Goga Badadze, were both called for technical fouls late in the third quarter after the two were exchanging words while Doncic was at the free throw line. It was in Serbian, so the referees didn't know what they were saying.
All right.
And after the game was over, some reporters asking Luka Doncic about the technical foul and the rescindication of it all.
I'm definitely hoping, obviously, I let my team down, getting that last tag. But honestly, I wasn't trying to, he said a free throw, he will my whole family. Oof. And at some point, it's his basketball court. At some point, I just can't stand. I got to stand up for myself. But I know I got to do better. My teammates, I know they have my back, so I'll let them down today. But I hopefully it get rescinded.
The rest in here, what language did you say?
It was in Serbian.
Yeah. Doncic said after the game he hoped the foul would be rescinded, and the Lakers made the appeal, and they did rescind it. So he's got still one to go before he loses a game. And Goga apparently saying that he's going to F his whole family while he's trying to shoot free throws. Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard a lot worse.
That's distracting.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
That gets in your head, huh?
Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. I got a text from my guy Heath, the gunny. He sent me a video link to Crocodile Dundee saying, that's not a knife.
I know. This is a knife.
That's a knife. Yeah. See, Gene, this thing right here in my pocket that I carry around, this is a knife. It's a pocket knife.
Yes.
This is not a sword, right? You would never confuse this for a sword, correct?
No, but I was just saying.
Do you know the
knife
difference?
Yoga.
Should we look them up online?
One is longer than the other.
Pointy, sharp.
Handle.
Got all that.
Yeah.
Usually has a handle to hold on to.
Sword yoga or knife yoga.
Knife yoga, maybe a little bit more dangerous. A lot closer to the body. The sword, maybe not so much, unless you're the guy in QVC that tries to prove how strong the steel is, and then you break it off and stab yourself in the chest. Great video if you haven't seen, by the way. Go to YouTube.
Highly recommend.
Go to YouTube and search for QVC sword guy. Should pop right up. Trying to test the strength of the sword by bashing it on the side of the table, and the thing completely shatters and stabs himself in the chest with the sword. I'm going, oh, dude, oh no, we got to cut to commercial. Almost as funny as the ladder guy. The QVC ladder guy, oh, he took a tumble.
He has a little accident, yeah.
It's one of those like ladders with the elbows in it, and he's trying to show you how strong this thing is, and he gets up on top of it, and bam! Down he goes. Down goes Frazier. All right, a new festival making its debut in the state of Wisconsin this year, and I may have to alter my plans to go to Rockfest. I may have to send somebody else.
Take a little diversion.
No, I'll just send. No, because there ain't no coming back. I may have to do something else this year. Someone else can go in my stead. This is right up my alley, and we'll talk more about that in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Move over, kids. Forget the peeps and the plastic grass. Now there's Easter baskets for adults. For the gals, how about rosé in a pastel bottle, luxury skincare labeled Resurrection Cream, and a vibrating egg? Let's just say it's not for decorating. And for the guys, beef jerky-shaped bunnies, bacon-flavored peeps, and whiskey-filled Cadbury eggs.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Adult Easter, same basket, just a lot more stuffed.
Yep.
Easter is next Sunday. April 5th. It's early, right, this year? Ham. Scallop potatoes, or Delmonico, or whatever your cheesy potatoes, whatever you prefer. And some people want Easter baskets. In fact, 2/3 of American adults say they deserve an Easter basket.
Hell yeah. Remember when we did the adult Easter egg hunt?
Yes, and we had Metallica tickets.
Yeah, we had all sorts of
We hid
fun
all the plastic eggs with numbers in them that corresponded with prizes, and a bunch of crazy-ass adults showed up to Myrick Park at 6 in the morning when it's 40 friggin' degrees outside.
That's right. Looking for eggs and prizes.
Loaded up their Easter
Hell
baskets,
yeah.
trying to win some car washes and Metallica tickets. I remember it well.
We have
It was one of the first things that we ever did after I moved here.
Was it really? Yeah.
I moved here in November of 2003, and then it would have been the following Easter, which would have been 2004. So, yeah.
Well, this isn't novel because tons of families do the adult Easter egg hunt where it's like little shooters, you know, and we have a Easter Eve party where we do all sorts of, you know,
shocking
egg toss
crafts and games and
like,
goofy things.
Toss
family
the
stuff,
egg and, you know, teams
all
and
the
run
things
with
I
the thing
hate,
on a
all
spoon.
the things I can't stand.
Adult, looking for little shooters and.
Well, a new survey says 2/3 of American adults say that they deserve an Easter basket as much or more than their kids do. My wife brought it up to me, actually. She's like, you know, it wouldn't be so bad if I... And I'm like, look, we're adults.
Do you do Easter egg?
No.
Or Easter baskets?
We're adults.
You color eggs? Yes, no?
We do not. We're adults. We're grown-ups. I'm not... No.
I'm coloring the eggs because then they look nice for a week.
That's the crap you do when you have children because you got to do it.
Yeah, it's
Two adults sitting around coloring eggs? No. Let's just go to the bar and drink like normal adults.
I'll make them into deviled eggs then.
No.
You get candy, though. Do you have themed candy around the house?
I don't need a basket of it, though. If we want candy, we'll just go buy some effing candy and put it on the counter.
I've got the malted balls right now.
We bought a bag of the Easter Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and they're already gone. I don't know who ate them all, but it wasn't me.
Very popular, by the way. Dark chocolate treats, #1. Peanut butter candy, a close second. And chocolate eggs are adults' favorite.
All I know is I don't want jelly beans.
I was just going to ask about that.
To each their own, but I got no time for jelly beans. Those belong in the trash. I'm a chocolate guy. Give me chocolate. Give me Reese's. Give me M&Ms. I'm fine with all that. But I don't even dislike. I don't want them. They don't do it for me.
Jellied candies.
I'm eating jellied candies or gummies or what, and I'm just like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? What's the purpose of this? I'd much rather eat pickles. Like if you gave me an Easter basket with some pickles in it, some good ass pickles, and a sixer of beer, okay. But I don't need a special basket with grass and plastic and all that crap in it. Just give me a 6-pack of beer and I'll be happy. Speaking of pickles, I came up with this idea many, many years ago.
PicklePalooza?
I didn't know what to call it at the time because when I moved to La Crosse, like I said, in 2003, there was all these festivals. Every single town in the Midwest has got a festival of some sort. Butterfest. Oktoberfest. Garden Fest, this fest, Cranberry Fest. I mean, there's everywhere you go.
Yeah, of course.
There's some kind of festival in small towns. And it befuddled me because we don't have that where I grew up.
Yeah. A lot of dairy-centric things.
We obviously have, St. Patty's Day parades, and we've got holidays and all those things, but we don't do festivals in the towns where I grew up, in the cities where I grew up. I mean, you'll have a 4th of July parade, but there's no,
Sweet Corn Festival, for instance,
there's
like
none
that.
of that.
The Brat Fest.
No, there's no, what do they do? Minnow Fest or, or Sardine, like take your pick, whatever kind of river fish you're pulling out of there, Catfish Fest. Catfish Days, right? We just don't have those. And so I was, for years I was thinking, man, I love pickles. And I don't know about any pickle fests out here. I know there was one in Pennsylvania. There has been for like 24 years. And now this year, apparently there's going to be a PicklePalooza, the weekend of Rockfest at Breeze Field in Madison.
One day only, isn't it?
It's a one-day thing, yeah.
July 18th.
So Pickle Fest, which I thought was going to be a possibility, some kind of pickle festival where there would be a bunch of different pickles to try. Maybe you bring in a band that plays pickle songs. I don't know if there's pickle music out there, but Breeze Stevens Field, Saturday, July 18th. PicklePalooza. Obviously, there's going to be all sorts of different pickles. Vendors will be serving up everything from classic fried pickles to pickle pizza. Pickle drink samples. Did you see KFC's rolling out a new pickle menu in the UK?
I did.
With some sort of pickle chicken sandwich.
Box. It's like a,
Yeah, and it comes with a pickle soda drink, and I don't know if I want a pickled soda.
The pickle chips, though.
Oh, yeah.
You give me all those.
All those. Craft beer, cider, cocktails, NA options. Your ticket gets you in the door with sampling tokens. So it sounds like you got to use those sparingly depending on what you want to try. You don't just get
every food truck and every vendor you walk up and
commemorative cup and a lanyard. Food not the only part, obviously. There's going to be some music from a DJ named DJ Dilly.
Also, All American Throwbacks, which is a band.
And a bunch of activities. This will be at PicklePalooza in Madison on Saturday, July 16th. Did I say 18th? 16th?
18th.
That will lean into the chaos, including pickle eating contests. Here we go. Brine chugging and a mechanical pickle ride. Much like a mechanical bull, it'll be a pickle.
There's also micro wrestling.
Hell yeah, midgets!
The country's smallest wrestling athletes perform at their high energy show as part of.
It'll be 5 to 10 p.m. VIP and platinum tickets offering early entry for folks who really want to do the PicklePalooza. That'd be me, man. I'd go platinum. PicklePalooza Food and DrinkFest.com, which is way too wordy, but I'm guessing PicklePalooza is already taken. PicklePalooza.com. But PicklePalooza making its debut in the state of Wisconsin this July. I may have to pivot.
Madison.
Caitlin's texted in and said, Boyceville, Wisconsin by Menominee has a pickle fest. I was only there once for a fundraiser.
Really?
I think we've talked about this one before. Yeah, it's in August. Kelly said Boyceville, Wisconsin has a pickle fest in August. I don't know where Boyceville is, but it sounds a lot further away than Madison. Am I correct in thinking that?
Boyceville Cucumber Festival.
All right, so not pickles.
There's a grand parade, pickle tasting, pickle eating contest. So yes, live music, softball tournament, that kind of thing.
Okay, so it's like it's a tribute to Cukes and all the things they can do.
Yes.
So is there tzatziki?
There's also Pickle Fest in Sauk County and LaVale, I guess. Pickle-themed foods, drink, music, and activities at the community center. So a much smaller event, right? That's at the community center.
Well, this one in Madison happens to be the same weekend as Rockfest, so I don't know if I can attend that one, but I'm going to have to look at this one in Boyce. How far away is Boyceville?
I was trying to figure that out.
Come on, man. You're on the Google.
I am.
Don't throw any pickles on your parade.
Thank you, Caitlin. It sounds like 3.5 hours away.
It's not very far from Eau Claire.
All right, so it's about the same as Madison?
Might be.
All right. I got to get to one of these Pickle Fests, though. My problem is I don't want to be let down. You know what I mean? I feel like you go there and
this looks like a small town pride, right? Tractor parade. Think about that kind of thing.
I want something dedicated
beanbags,
to just
bingo.
I just want to do the I don't care
fire
about all that
truck
crap.
parade.
Nice for them, and that's great, and the kids love it.
Pickleball
but
tournaments.
Dude, I don't care about that. I want pickles. I want like a million styles of
pickle
pickles.
Eating contest,
local
pickle
pickles,
tasting. This looks like
artisanal pickles, hot pickles, cold pickles,
like that kind of.
Yeah,
like a town.
and it's
that's
Cucumber
Fest.
Fest. It's Cucumber Fest. It's not Pickle Fest. Not the same thing.
There's a couple pickle things.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15-ish on Tuesdays, we're joined by the one and only host of the Wisco Sports Show. That would be Grant Bilse. You can hear his program weekday afternoons from 4 until 6 on stations all across Wisconsin, including WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. Grant, how are you, sir?
I am outstanding this morning. Just absolutely outstanding. A pleasure to speak with you both, as always.
How was your St. Patty's Day? Did we enjoy a Guinness or two? Did we have some corned beef? Did we have some shepherd's pie? What did we do? I know we talked about it, but it was previous to your celebration.
Well, let's see. St. Patrick's Day was last Tuesday?
Yeah,
Wednesday?
we talked on Tuesday, but you didn't really have any plans.
Did you do anything this past weekend to celebrate?
Well, it's a work night. I had a Guinness with a friend on Thursday night. That has to count for something.
It does.
Right?
It does.
Okay.
How's your bracket?
I didn't fill one out. That might make me it doesn't do it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do brackets either, so I feel you.
I have the last couple of years. I just didn't get around to it this year. I'm not someone who goes I can do a fantasy football league or two, and really for sports gambling or office pools, that's kind of good. That's enough. I don't need to light $20 on fire. I'm not going to win. So I don't know. I didn't fill out a bracket. I know that makes me a loser.
I like watching the tournament. I enjoy reading about it and paying attention to it. But in terms of brackets, I don't care because it's just, it's too much work and time involved, and I just don't care, honestly. So let's talk about Wisconsin losing the High Point. Kind of obvious that this was going to happen. A five was going to lose to a 12. It just happened to be the Badgers on Thursday of last week. What's your reaction, and where do the Badgers go? Is Greg Gard safe, or are they going to fire his ass?
They're not going to. Well, I didn't think they were going to fire Paul Christ, so I don't know. I don't talk to people in the athletic department at UW. I would be stunned if a move was made. I think Greg Gard's really good, and no, I don't think they should fire him. And last week's loss in a vacuum isn't that bad. 12s beat 5s. It's a common upset in the tournament. It's less common these days. I think you let Wisconsin off the hook a little bit when you're like, well, it's clearly going to happen. Well, it was about the only upset the entire weekend. You know what I mean? Higher seeds have been making it through. The Big Ten's got 6 teams in the Sweet 16, including Iowa. It's their first time in the Sweet 16 since 1999. And Nebraska, this is their first time past the first round, let alone the first weekend. So I wouldn't say that it was obvious or Wisconsin was due to get upset. I don't even think they played all that poorly. I think High Point played really well, and Wisconsin failed to execute 2 or 3 crucial plays down the stretch. And that's kind of the theme in the last decade. Wisconsin hasn't been to the Sweet 16 now in over 10 years. And every year is a little bit different. They've had defensive first teams early on. Greg Gard a couple years ago switching to more of an offensive first program. They've been led by Johnny Davis and A.J. Storr and John Tonje and Nick Boyd. And every year they end up losing in the tournament. It's just a couple plays. They didn't make it when it matters most. So I don't know what that says about the program or about Greg Gard as the coach, but this loss was just a continuation of kind of the same thing that we've seen over the last 10 years.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like it may be time to switch it up and do something different because, honestly, you look at the record in the postseason, March Madness and the Big Ten tournament, and they're just not getting it done. And they certainly seem to have the players and the teams over the years to make a little bit more noise. But when you're going out in the first round, it's when you're one of the highest scoring teams in the tournament, it's just like, what the hell are we doing here?
it's all connected. It's difficult, right? Like, I think this team had a chance because I think John Blackwell's a stud, and I think Nick Boyd's great. And Nolan Winter is pretty good, and Rapp and Rhodey, those guys are fine. But Greg Gard built that team. He recruited John Blackwell, who might go get a bag from Illinois, Brad Underwood, this offseason. Tom Izzo at Michigan State, anytime someone puts a microphone in front of him, talks about how he's up, and can't sleep every night thinking about how he missed John Blackwell. Greg Gard hit that. And then 3 years in a row, he gets A.J. Storr, John Tonje, and Nick Boyd with a much smaller budget than Michigan, Michigan State, Illinois. So he put that team together, and they had a great, well, I wouldn't say they had a great season. I think they had a really good regular season that featured a couple of great wins. And without their starting center, I think they acquitted themselves very well in the Big Ten tournament, winning 2 games, including Illinois beating them for the second time, and coming down to the wire against Michigan, who might be the best team in the country.
And
so the team's really good, and that's Greg Gard's team. That's the team he built.
And I think that's the most disappointing thing, is because you look at the big wins against the ranked teams in the regular season and in the Big Ten men's tournament, and you're like, you should be able to roll the balls out there and just beat this High Point team, which nobody ever heard of until this weekend, and all of a sudden you're losing. And it's like, what are we even doing? I mean, it's just, I can't imagine being a Badger fan. I'd be infuriated.
It's not fun. I mean, they were up 8. What's so frustrating is they were up 8 with about 5.5 minutes to go. And Wisconsin had played pretty well, and High Point had played pretty well. And in that moment, you saw, okay, this is why one team is the 5 seed. This is why one is the 12. This is why one is the Big Ten team, and this one plays in the Big South or whatever. And then over the final 4 or 5 minutes, the Badgers just made a couple of mistakes, opened the door for High Point, and High Point hit a couple of shots that Wisconsin couldn't down the stretch. And that's March Madness, right, to some degree.
Yes.
Like, you factor that in. That's how the tournament works.
But then you also look at the fact that most of the teams in the Sweet 16 are from the Big Ten. And you're like, this should be a year for Wisconsin as well to be in there with the rest of these teams. And you're like, what is wrong with you guys? Why can't you figure it out every year? It's so frustrating.
Yep. And to cap off my point, if they came up short this year, you could say, well, that's March Madness. It's fluky. It's weird. Fine. What about the last 8 or 9 years?
Yes.
Right? When it's never your year, I don't want to hear, well, that's basketball. Well, that's March Madness. Because if that was true, at some point it would come around and it would be your turn. And it hasn't been. And it's been with lots of different players, different styles, different assistant coaches, different eras, quite literally, of college basketball. But the result has been the same. It's a tricky situation, and I'm not really sure what they're supposed to do other than keep going and hope that one of these marches it works out better for them.
Well, thankfully, the women's hockey team ended up winning the championship for a second year straight, beating Ohio State over the weekend. So a little bit of gold making its way back there to Madison. Grant, I know we normally talk all sports and maybe get a couple of questions in at the end that are fun, but today's a different day. I wanted to do more fun stuff with you because off air before we got talking about the Badgers, we were discussing PicklePalooza. A new festival coming to Madison. It's going to be at, Breeze Stevens Field?
Yep.
I call it, by the way, I'm trying to get everyone to call that the Steve.
The Steve?
The Steve, Breeze Stevens Field. I want it to be called the Steve, but it's not really catching on.
I like shortening things and giving them a cool little vernacular
It's coming
nickname.
to Madison, and it will be.
But it's July 18th. It's a Saturday, and it's going to be all things pickles, whether it's fried pickles, pickle pizza, pickle drinks. DJ Dilly's going to be doing a set.
Small wrestlers.
There's going to be mini wrestlers, pickle-sized gherkin-style wrestlers or sized wrestlers. There's going to be pickle drinks, beers, obviously.
Yes.
There's going to be music. There's going to be a pickle, mechanical pickle that you can ride.
Yes.
Then we started talking about this event, and you mentioned a pickle fest that people also texted us about in Boyceville. But it's more of a cucumber fest, apparently.
Well, okay, so my childhood, we would go to Boyceville here and there. I wouldn't go a ton. It's about 20 minutes north of where I grew up on the north side of Menominee. We always refer to it as Pickle Fest. I do think the proper God-given name is Cucumber Fest.
Right.
We would go when the local legends, the band The Memories, would take the stage, which was few and far between, but it would happen. Anyways, so I feel like this is a little stolen valor, even if Boyceville truly has Cucumber Fest. And I didn't even know that Madison was known for pickles. I didn't know.
I don't think you need to be known. I think you just need to know that people want to come and eat a bunch of pickles.
So it's,
I guess.
I want to go.
Boyceville, is that right? Cucumber Fest is a big dill in the Ville. Get it?
Oh, there you go.
That's the thing I don't like. All right.
Bingo, car show, fire truck parade, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, so it's a small town festival based on cucumbers, but what it really is just a way for everybody to get together and and
Have a
support
beer
the town
tent,
and the
yes,
community and all that
yes,
stuff.
and
All
some
right.
parades
But
and
you
stuff.
were, Grant, the reason I want to talk about this because you brought up another one with some chickens. They're throwing chickens off a roof, and I had never heard of this. Tell me about this one.
Oh, yeah. Pioneer Days in Ridgeland, which is a little bit farther north than Boyceville, I would say. Well, from Menominee proper, from downtown, it's probably about 40 minutes. From the north side where I grew up, I don't know, 30 minutes. Pioneer Days in February. Oh, yeah. And Ridgeland, by the way, has a banger of a parade in the summer, too. As far as small towns go, Ridgeland really does a good job. But they have Pioneer Days in February, and they do a lot of different things there. I think they grease a pig.
They have
still.
a greased pig, yes.
It's been a couple years since I've been there, but the big draw is the chicken toss, where folks get up on the roofs of the historic downtown. It's clearly historic.
Free chicken
downtown.
fly at noon.
Yep, and they throw the chickens, and the crowds stand beneath, and they catch the chickens, and if you catch one, you get to take it home, which is obviously very exciting. And everyone drinks a ton, too. And growing up, no one in the big city where I grew up in Menominee, no one went to Pioneer Days. No one talked about it. And now I see it on everybody's Snapchat and Instagram
Oh, it looks
story.
like big crowds. They
Yeah, I think it's become a little bit of a trendier place to be.
Free
which is,
chicken fly.
Is that the one in February, you said?
Yeah,
They're up there on the roof in
Yes,
February?
Yes, throwing
So
chickens.
everyone's got the Carhartts on. It's Carhartt time.
Yeah.
I may have to check that one out because February is usually a nice little downtime for me, and I don't have a lot going
They
on.
got a
so.
saw crosscut contest with the big saw. They got barbecue chicken and pork chops. They've
Chicken
got the
Q, I bet.
Yeah, I'm sure
course.
they're throwing them off roofs.
Well, yeah, you're catching it off the roof, so you throw
And
it
then
right
you
on
can
the
take it
BBQ,
home.
and you're good to go.
Roof to table chicken.
Feathers and all. Feathers will
feathers
burn
and
right.
all.
They'll burn right off. You don't need to pluck them.
If you go next year, I want to go with you, Simpson, so we can. You guys should do a remote broadcast up there.
Grant Bill's making plans with
Wow, you guys.
me. Not the other way around.
This is a thing?
Unbelievable. Dude, we could get up there and be greasy. We could be so greasy. Me and you at Ridgeland, what is it called?
Where you're
Pioneer Days.
Carhartt?
Pioneer Days?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like they'd run me out of town for not wanting to drink Busch Light.
No, you'd be all right.
I'm
What
guessing
would you
that's
drink?
that's
What
a
are you
drink. That's a drink of choice up there, right? Is some Busch Light.
Probably going to
Well,
have to.
Guys in
Miller
Carhartts.
Light, we're not all hillbillies.
I don't even own
rural
Carhartts, so
Wisconsin.
I got to
Don't-
get the Carhartts.
Don't drive up there and order like a Dunkelmaster or whatever you drink. Can't you just fit in a little bit just for once in your life?
What do you got
Please.
that's crafty that's over 5%?
Nothing. We got nothing like that. Here, put a cheesehead on
Sure
and
they
get on
do.
a horse. Welcome to Ridgeland.
Yeah, I'd ask for a Miller Lite. They'd be like, "We don't have craft beer here."
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? That's what they
Oh,
say to
my
me.
God.
I've been to bars like that up in
Okay.
northern Wisconsin. It's scary.
Funding
You order
important.
Liney's Light or Busch Light, I suppose. Miller Light that's not it. Don't let anybody chide you for ordering Miller
Well,
Light. That's ridiculous.
Grant, I hope you enjoy opening day on Thursday. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Brewers, but we're short on time. Obviously, the Miz going on Thursday. I'll be at the game, so look for me on TV. If you see me, then wave, okay?
I will do that. I look. Hopefully, the result is a little bit better than last year. For my first ever opening day, that was kind of lame. They lost like 15-2.
Yeah, but you had a good time on the Casamigos party deck with some food and some drinks and hanging out with me.
I suppose we could have done that somewhere else, though.
But that's what you want, right? That's what the owner wants.
True.
Like, what is my responsibility to my fans? Is it to put on a good product all summer or to win games? And you said it's to put on a good product.
Well, I think they're one and the same. We don't need to get into this, philosophical stuff now. Enjoy opening day, Simpson. I'm bummed that I can't be there with you. We'll do it again down the line. I would rather go to Pioneer Days with you anyways.
Oh, man, I'm going to throw a chicken right at Grant's face.
You guys greasing a pig.
It's a toss. It's not a throw. It's more of a controlled release.
If I'm up there, I'm throwing. I'm not tossing. That chicken's going to learn its lesson. Don't get on the roof with me.
1, 2,
Why the hell would you
3.
bring another live animal up on the roof if you're not going to throw it? You got to. I'm not dropping it. I'm throwing it.
1, catch it. Here it comes.
This isn't.
Like a
this
soft
isn't an
catch.
egg toss at a
Soft.
July 4th picnic. Okay. Grant Bilse of the Wisco Sports Show each and
It
every
is.
weeknight or weekday afternoon from 4 until 6 on stations all across Wisconsin like KTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire.
I guess I maybe would have tried to choke it down.
That guy. We'll talk to him again next Tuesday, and we'll get to bad news, happy music in just a bit.
I just want to know who the starting shortstop.
Starting shortstop.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
Ooh, we got a couple of doozies today. We'll get to them here.
Doozies.
In just a few moments. Bad news with happy music. We're going to start in Tacoma, Washington. If you're going to commit a crime, it's probably not a good idea to take your animals with you. That's what the Pierce County Sheriff's Office said out of Tacoma, Washington, in response to a call on March 15th, where deputies tried to arrest two suspects in a freshly stolen vehicle. 29-year-old driver arrested, taken into custody after a very quick foot chase. The other person in the vehicle managed to escape and hide underneath a pickup truck with a kitten.
In his pocket?
In her hands. She was found hiding underneath the pickup truck with her pet kitten, freaked when the cops tried to handcuff her because she was very concerned about the kitten.
Crawl out.
I'm trying to.
No, you're not.
I'm trying to get my kitten out with me.
Get on the ground. Let go of your cat. Let go of your cat.
Let him run away.
Get your arms out.
Let him run away. Please don't
Let
hurt
go.
him.
Let go.
I love my kitten. Please.
Let go of the leash. Well, got it. Let go of it then.
I'm trying to. I just wanted to keep him safe.
You should have left the cat in the car then.
You
Is
call
she
this?
13?
Yeah. You call this keeping him safe? Yeah, she brought the cat with her to commit the crime and then ran away with the cat and then hid underneath the pickup truck. And, of course, they're trying to put handcuffs on her. And she didn't want to wear the bracelets, but they got them on her anyways. And the cat, by the way, uninjured, turned over to the Tacoma Humane Society.
Meow.
Couple was charged with theft, resisting arrest, and other outstanding warrants. Sound like a couple of real smart people there, bringing their kitten along for a crime spree.
I want chicken. I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver.
Yeah. Not the sharpest tools in the shed.
Mm-mm.
Here's a guy in Texas.
Okay.
Who went to the FBI office.
Not the Alamo?
No. And then allegedly threw a bucket of human bones over the fence at the FBI field office in Dallas in order to summon the federal agents after stealing remains from the mausoleum. And then he posted the video on YouTube.
Do you know what this is? It's a bone. It's a femur. It's a femur bone.
Mike. Yeah. Bucket of human bones that he took from a mausoleum.
That he dug up from a mausoleum?
Yeah, so he's a grave robber and he's some sort of psycho on YouTube. Michael Chadwick Fry.
Yeah.
Facing 2 counts of abuse of a corpse, 1 count of tampering with evidence with intent to impair a human corpse. Investigation began when his mother called the police. When he went to her home,
with his bucket of bones,
requested money for a U-Haul because he said he had a body that needed to be moved. Oh man!
Hey, Ma, can you give me $50 so I can rent a
These people
U-Haul?
are out there breathing our air and voting in our elections
and driving down the road.
We have to stop these people. We have to get them off the planet.
So he dug up a body. Then he went to his mother and asked if he could borrow money to get a U-Haul to haul
the body that needed to be moved. And my guess is she said no, and he became irate and then left before the cops got there. His mom called the cops on him.
You think?
Shortly thereafter, investigators got credible information from FBI special agents indicating that Fry had thrown a bucket containing human bones over the fence of the FBI Dallas field office. Allegedly made it rather easy for the cops to discover what he had done because he shot a video and posted it on YouTube on a channel named Fry and Berto News, where we reveal mass killers. The 4.5-minute video is titled, "We Send Elizabeth Over the FBI Fence to Summon Them by Force." Go ahead and go down the rabbit hole if you want, but that's really all you need to know. Some psycho is out there throwing a human,
needs some
taking a corpse out of a mausoleum, grabbing all of its bones, putting them in a bucket, renting a U-Haul with his mom's money, or trying to, and then going to the FBI field office in Dallas and throwing the bones over her fence.
To summon
something. Like a spirit. Yeah, like a spirit. So there's that.
That guy's just driving down the road with a bucket of bones. Could be the guy next to you at the stoplight.
What's the weirdest thing your kid has ever asked you money for? A pair of jeans?
Yeah, nothing really.
Some kind of weird new
right?
snack at Taco Bell or something?
Sure. Food, drink items, tickets to go to attending lots of
Not
things.
for a U-Haul to move a body?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
All right. Then you're
Animals, right? Can we get a pet? Can we get a new thing?
Okay.
Hedgehog? No.
All right. But other than that?
No.
Nothing out of the ordinary? Okay. Moving on. Ooh. Hashtag Florida.
How far are we moving on?
We're moving from Texas to Florida. Here we go, Gene. This is good.
Is it good?
Yes. West Palm Beach, Florida. A veteran of the sheriff's office, a deputy, has now lost her job after an internal affairs investigation found she operated a paid fetish content account, used sick leave to film videos, and appeared in uniform in at least one explicit post. What was she filming for this fetish content site?
I don't know. Is this OnlyFans?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Okay.
I don't even like feet.
Oh, yeah. Lots of foot stuff, Gene. Deputy Brandy Tenlin, who was a 21-year law enforcement employee. It
Been
wasn't
on the
like she
force
was
for 21 years.
Wasn't fresh out the gate here. She'd been there for over 2 decades.
She found out she could make good money with her feet.
She was assigned to the Palm Beach County Courthouse, created and managed an account on a subscription-based platform, feetfinder.com, where she sold photos and videos centered on foot fetish content.
Really beautiful feet.
Yes, she does have really beautiful feet, Sexy Rexy. Investigators say the account contained hundreds of images, dozens of videos, some of which included sexually suggestive or
Of course,
explicit,
why wouldn't
explicit acts.
Wow, they're like really soft.
you buy feet pics?
The investigation
Sell feet
began in
pics.
July of last year after other deputies reported hearing that Tenlin was operating an online account catering to fetish interests. A supervisor initiated a preliminary inquiry, led to a full IA investigation. In at least one video, she was wearing her uniform, her cop uniform, and that obviously is where the water gets a little murky.
Yeah, that's right.
The photos, by the way, the photos and videos clearly identified Deputy Tenlin. It wasn't like she was blurring out her face or anything like that. It was obviously
here I
her.
am in my
I looked just to make sure. I did the work for you. I validated all those claims. The videos and photographs were mostly foot fetish related material. Some were pornography or sexually suggestive material. On one of them, she was stepping on a guy's, bits and pieces. Also kicking and knee strikes. There's all sorts of that going on. But yeah, she got fired. Anyways.
Dude, I don't know if you can make money on this. I'm looking at the popular categories are nail polish, pedicure. So I can get a pedicure, film that, and then put that on the internet and make money off of it?
Report determined that she called in sick on July 2nd and 3rd of 2025. After a request for vacation leave was denied, she later admitted she used that time to meet with an individual visiting from Canada to film content for her account.
Socks. People wearing socks, walking around in socks, rubbing lotion on your feet.
Yeah, it sounds like she was doing a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
She's flying dudes in from Canada to kick them in the balls and filming it for her foot fetish site.
Yeah, but that she...
hey, you can't do both. You can't do both.
Yeah, she started with the lotion.
I know
and
we
the
live in
socks,
America, but this is the one thing we can't do both of. Most places are not going to allow you to do both.
Just saying.
If they found out right now up there in the front office that you were doing some foot and hand stuff on the internets...
Am I just taking pictures of my dirty feet and putting them on the internet?
That's not what she was doing, Gene. That's not. I looked
started
at
with that. Baby.
Well, they all start with that, and then you're making $5 a week, and it's not worth it. Then you got to up your game.
I think.
Then you got to start kicking dudes in the junk and kneeing them and doing all sorts of weird testicle stomping. This is wild. I'm sure you saw it. It was all over social media yesterday.
Okay. What was it?
The cornhole amputee.
Oh my gosh. Dude, passengers in the car, and he's just killing people.
With no arms and no legs.
Well, he has accommodations.
That's fine. Gene.
I know. He's a professional cornhole player.
Which, first of all, good on you with no arms and no legs. Finding a niche. Quadruple amputee cornhole player charged with murder in La Plata shooting found in Virginia.
Yes.
This was on March 22nd, so about a week ago. Officers with the La Plata Police Department flagged down by 2 people. Preliminary investigation revealed the witnesses were in the back seat of a car when the driver, Dayton James Weber, shot and killed the front seat passenger during an argument.
Yes, they were fighting.
They're driving down the road. This guy's driving the car.
Yes.
Because the person he killed was the passenger. You're getting in a car.
4 people. There's
with
4
a guy with no arms and no legs?
Yeah, and then they got a fight. And then while he's driving, he pulls out a firearm and shoots this person.
Then he pulled over and asked the people in the back to help him get the body out of the car.
Hey, can you help?
The witnesses said, nah, brah, we're cool with the killing, but we're not going to help you move the body. They got out of the car. They left the scene. He then fled with the dead body still in the car. Officers responded to assisted in canvassing the area. Nearly 2 hours later, a resident nearby called 911 to report.
There's a body in my front yard.
Hey, Mr. Officer, man, there's a body, what appears to be a body in my front yard.
Some guy just rolled it out of his car right onto my yard as
Officers
he drove by.
responding and found the victim, Bradrick Michael Wells, who was pronounced deceased at the scene. They got a warrant for this guy's arrest, located his car in Virginia, was found at a nearby hospital seeking treatment for a medical issue. What was it, that he doesn't have any legs or arms? This guy was arrested. How do you slap handcuffs on a guy with no arms and no legs? Do you just kind of hog tie him? I mean, like, what do you do, duct tape him?
Pulling the car over, putting it in park, and then getting out a gun and then shooting him in the front seat.
How do you shoot people with no fingers?
Like, I'm watching videos of him doing it right now, but...
Awaiting extradition. Maybe they didn't describe it well enough.
Feels like you can see it coming. You know what I mean? By the time you get the gun...
Well, he's got one nub on the wheel, and he's using the other nub to get the gun out?
It feels like you can see that coming.
Is it a specially made gun that only people with nubs can fire? They've charged him with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, other related charges. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a swimming pool?
Yeah.
Bob.
Yes.
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a pile of leaves? Russell. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a big pot of boiling water? Stu. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in your mailbox? Bill.
Yeah.
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs between 2 slices of bread? Frank. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs who keeps your place in line for you? Mark. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs who sits on your front porch? Matt.
There, I knew we were going to get to that one. Yeah. And art on the wall. But there's no... Police, by the way, have not explained how he was able to drive the car and then fire the weapon at the same...
I got to be honest. We got to let this guy out. I mean, if he could do all that with just no arms and no legs, we got to find a way to direct that traffic. We got to send that in the right direction.
Because look at how much that
I
takes
know,
to
I
put
saw.
this in. Like, if that person couldn't see that coming...
I saw. It takes this guy an hour just to get the gun out and get it in the right position to shoot it. And you can't grab the gun. Did the other guy have no arms and legs? Is it just a car full of people with no arms and no legs? What's going on?
I have legs. I have look at this. Man, I can walk. Jesus. Praise Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Everybody and their grandmother sending me that one yesterday. Yeah. Yes, I was well aware of it.
Yes.
It was all over the interwebs.
It sure was.
Foofta. I got to be honest. If I'm in a car with a guy with no arms and no legs and he's able to pull a gun out on me and shoot me, I deserve it.
Like, you couldn't...
I couldn't duck, dodge, dip, and dive?
Punch him or open up the door and run or something?
I couldn't go like this and hit the gun out of his hand?
While he's trying to... That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Well, he wasn't looking, I guess.
Maybe he was napping. But they got into an argument. And he got so heated, he pulled out his heater. Pulled the cap in his ass. Crazy.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Hit up the website, rockmornings.com, for all of our contact info. You can listen to the program live on the website. You can check out our daily podcast. You can hear our interview with Mr. Skin about his 27th Annual Anatomy Awards. And you can, of course, find all our contact info and occasionally register for contests online at rockmornings.com. Got a text from Ryan. Too many texts. Ryan, if you're still listening, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 texts in the span of 6 minutes. Ryan, that's too much.
Ryan,
I almost don't want to read your text because I don't want to encourage this behavior.
No, reach out. If you've
Stop
got something
it.
To say,
Stop it.
That's what it's there for.
Grow up be a man, send one text.
No, he's got other things to say.
I don't need.
Sent one.
I don't need 6
else.
texts in 5 minutes. I don't need it. I need one text. I love you, Ryan. I appreciate the fact that you listen, but concise, succinct, terse.
Many different thoughts. Many thoughts.
He said, morning, guys. Yes, Pioneer Days. I have land there. Then he sent in about 9,000 photos of his time at Pioneer Days. I have 120 acres of land in Ridgeland, which you already said when you said I have land there. Let me know what you want to know about Pioneer Days. I know a ton of people and family up there.
Yeah.
A reiteration of what he already said.
No, yeah.
Let me know what you want to know about Pioneer Days. I know a ton of people and family up there. He sent in the same text.
Well, maybe it autos. My sister-in-law does that. Sends it more than once.
You gotta reel it in, buddy.
He's got friends and family
Reel
up
it in
there.
a little bit. Reel it in. There they are on the roof. Up on the roof with the chickens. Oh, yeah, they got the cage.
Yeah.
They're up there with the chickens. They got their gloves on. Oh, I'm hawking that thing so far. They got the saw. Look at these two.
Yep.
Back and forth with the saw.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some kind of fox hat on his head, keeping himself warm. The big saw.
Yeah.
Couple of ladies.
Turn those into the shot skis.
Just be a little more succinct with the text messages, Ryan. I know you're amped up about Pioneer Days, but let's try to 1 or 2 texts maybe at the most. Both Doc and Pam said I was looking for the word advisor when I was referring to Arlie Ermy. Yeah, he was like a expert advisor. And then they were like, you're so good at this, why don't you just star in the movie? That's kind of what he did. Got a text from TJ. Said, first day back to work, so I didn't hear how the VFW in Eau Claire was. My buddies and I drove by around noon, but it looked like it was very packed with all the cars outside. That's because there was a celebration of life in the back hall, and about 400 people were in there eating funeral sandwiches. They were having a blast, though. Guy named Tom. May he rest in peace. He said, we had to make an executive decision to find somewhere to belly up. Thanks for the attempt. You should have come into the bar, because the bar, we had some room, but it was packed in the hall at the VFW in Eau Claire on Friday for the celebration of life for I believe his name was Tom. Kelly said Boyceville, Wisconsin has a pickle fest in August. It's 2 hours from Sparta.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a cucumber fest, but they do celebrate the pickle.
By Menominee, they have a pickle fest. Mm-hmm. Caitlin said she was there once for a fundraiser, but apparently it's known as Cucumber Fest, even though they do have pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin said, can we combine beer and sword yoga together? Sure. Why not? I'm not stopping you.
Nobody's stopping you. America.
Thank you very much for all the correspondence. Appreciate that. Thanks to my guy, the Gunny, for the text about Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. Gene referring to a sword as a fancy knife.
Fancy knife.
Which it's not. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't forget Friday, National Spanish Paella Day.
Oh, Friday.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
If you would listen.
Okay, I listen.
Instead of interrupting me all the time.